Hi guys, welcome to this review about this M7C GPS smartwatch. I'm usually trying to be not too long. Usually it's a little bit difficult, and even more difficult with this watch because this watch is extremely full of function. I've never seen a smartwatch below $100 which has so many functions. This is extreme. If you like a lot of functions, this is the watch and the video for you. This is absolutely insane. So is it the perfect watch? No, it's definitely not. It has a lot of good things and it has bad things. So I think it's worth to talk about these things. So it is like not an Android Wear 2.0 watch. It's normal, like a proprietary Chinese fitness watch, but it has so many functions. So it's it'll take a long time to tell you about everything, but I try to make it within about 20 minutes or so. So let's start with the watch. It's not an unboxing anymore. I've been wearing this watch for about 2 weeks now. This is not a main brand, of course, like most of these watches, but at least we have a number here, and that's the manual. It's pretty large, so I'm trying not to waste too much time. I hope you can see it and hope it's focusing nicely so you can read everything. If you really need that, make a better buy decision, or if you bought used or you lost the instructions. But actually it's not needed too much because it's not very difficult to use it. Most of the things are somehow self-explaining. Also the app is not too difficult. Troubleshooting here, that's the really big point here. It's actually a beautiful watch. It comes in two different colors. Here I've picked the yellow one. The color here on the video is not too bad. It's a little bit darker than what you see, but it's pretty close to that. So here we have it. We have a couple of watch faces. I go a little bit closer. By the way, this is the lowest brightness, so brightness is really good. So let's start here a little bit. Watch faces. The good thing is can see that we can change that like normal with most of the watches. What's a little bit annoying that we have this dedicated button to press OK, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not much different, so I keep this because it's the one which I like the most, and it has the weather info and most of the things. So we have a status screen like most of the smartwatches these days, with the connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity, with battery life, date, and we have a couple of things here, a couple of really super interesting things here. By the way, battery life, it is a little bit a struggle. It has a lot of functions, but it consumes a lot. Sometimes I had drained the watch when I've been using it a lot within 6 hours or so, or at least 12 hours. You can easily drain it in this time, especially when you're using the GPS. You go for like jogging and you activate the GPS, and you have everything, like you can see like the speed and everything, distance, everything, but it will drain in about 6 hours or so, definitely. But at least you can use that. So, or even I think 3 hours. As far as I've been measuring, there's a marathon mode where it tracks everything like in a marathon, and it would be drained in about 3 hours. You make sure that you finish the marathon within 3 hours, otherwise the watch will be dead. So it has a not disturb function. That's already really good, and it has this crazy function. This is really good. This you can use during the night. It's a total offline mode. Unfortunately, you cannot change the watch face, but it is a total offline mode, and it's still waking you up in the morning with the vibration. That's really good, and this is something which I haven't seen with any other of these cheap smartwatches, I would say, definitely. So you have the screen brightness. There's not much difference. I would love to have something even lower than that, but the brightness is definitely enough to see it also nicely outside in the brightest sun, so no problem with that. Then we have a lot of settings. The really cool thing here is you don't even need a smartphone. That's one of the only smartwatches, or probably the only smartwatch which I have ever seen, which doesn't require a smartphone, because you can set everything here. You can set the language, you can set the clock, you can set the display. I've never seen like a smartwatch which where you can set date and time and everything. This is insane. Then display, brightness, screen, timeout, you can set it up to 60 seconds. That's crazy. Reset, I've done this this morning because I had some problems. More about that later. You can see that device M7C, release date, not much. LE connected, status not connected, whatever that means. I think it's connected. Connectivity was never a real big issue, so that was pretty good. I think we have covered now. Yeah, you can lock that here. I don't see the reason why we would need that, because the lock, there is no screen touch unlock. Unfortunately, there is the wrist gesture where you can unlock. There are two things. You can set it in the app or you can set it here, but it's not in the setting. That's weird. So you have to go to motion and then wake up on or off. That's super weird. And I think it doesn't have any influence here. It's just controlled by the app here. Maybe it's just if you don't, if you're not using the app and just do everything from the watch, then probably you're using that. Yeah, you can see it's offline. I don't know why it's offline now. That's really weird, because it's actually turned on and the phone is really close. Yeah, anyway, so what we have when we go down, we have a lot of functions here, like altitude, compass, and tool. The tool is the strangest thing, because actually it's a flat menu, but you can go down into a second menu with tools. So why did they do that? I have no clue. So there's no big difference between these functions and the other functions. But the really nice thing is we have a countdown up to 99 hours. That's insane. But also at the same time, we have some disadvantages, of course. There's not the normal time here, so you just see the countdown, and you can't switch back to the normal watch face. If you go back, or if you press here and you're back, so you finish the countdown automatically, you see that it's back to 30 minutes. That's insane. So that's really bad, but there are only very few smartwatches which have these functions. I think that's the Umidigi U-Watch and the More Pro, these two watches which have this function, which I really like. So you can start a countdown and go back to the normal time, but at least we have the countdown. That's really helpful. We have a stopwatch, you can start, stop, and you can even add different things. So it's really nice, and I think to a certain point this stays here, but when you go back, I think, to the main screen, after that it's gone. It's a little bit weird. I didn't get the point. You can see now it's empty. So we have a calculator here, which is really nice, and this rare function and really helpful. I don't get the point why not more smartwatches have this thing. Compass is a really nice thing, and it's working good. And the really positive thing is that it stays on the screen. I mean, even if you have like a screen of 4 or 5 seconds, if you are on the compass, it stays forever. So this because, yeah, I mean, that's something which you need probably if you're out in the woods and you have to go along a certain direction. Yeah, you don't want to just push the button every 5 seconds or so. That's good. But this is not the case with the altitude and the pressure. I mean, the pressure, of course, yeah, that's not something which is changing the whole time. But the thing is, anyway, it's supposed to show you a nice graph, but it's always showing straight. That's really absolutely super weird. It never shows you like a nice graph, like going up and down. It's always straight. Then the altitude, that's a really weird thing. Actually, it's a nice function. I like this. I mean, that's not something new. I mean, I have seen this in Casio watches like 40 years ago or so, something like that, or at least 35 years ago, and it has already been doing good. And I had this the whole day or over weeks, I think, and it didn't drain the battery, so I don't know why when we have this on it's always going away. So it's really difficult. I mean, it's supposed to be used maybe if you're like climbing, or if you're hiking, or if you're in a car going up to a mountain, or whatever you do. You want to this thing to stay on the watch, but if you have a timeout 5 seconds, after 5 seconds it will disappear. And a lot of the time, I would say about, yeah, at least 50% of the cases, it's not showing the altitude. It's showing, it's saying in calibration. Yeah, for minutes, sometimes 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then you have to always go back and go back to altitude, go to altitude, and at some point after maybe 10 attempts you have the altitude. But the weird thing is also this graphic here, there's always a straight line. You can run up a mountain, you can go into an aerial tram or whatever you use, drive up a mountain by your car. It's always a straight line, no matter what altitude it shows. It shows the right altitude, but it doesn't never show any difference or graph or something like that. It's really super weird. Yeah, the motion, that's the gesture. We had this already. We have the weather. That's pretty nice. I mean, that's probably the most comprehensive weather I've ever seen, and I think it's pretty accurate. Theme, that's just the background of this menu here, nothing special. Health, we have the pedometer, a couple of things here. Yeah, let's go back. We have the heart rate. That's also very weird. I mean, we have this nice graphic. I mean, it does measure really nicely. I don't know if it works with just a finger. You can see that. Yeah, it's probably working. 91. It's a little bit high, but could be. But the graph here, it's not showing this nice thing properly. I mean, I resetted it, then it started showing this properly. Then I took it off for the shower, and 1 hour later I put it on again, and after that it stopped showing that, despite the fact that I have turned on permanent recording. That's super weird, and I don't have even my hand behind that, and it's showing 34. Well, but it's similar as with other watches. So yeah, but it's possible to measure, and also the blood pressure. You can start that here measuring. I'm not doing that. It's probably same accuracy or not accuracy as with other things. Sports, you don't have a lot of options just here. What's really interesting here, that's the record here. Yeah, unfortunately I have deleted now everything. That's really sad. So because it has been recording everything, like the speed and distance and heart rate and a lot of things really nicely. Yeah, I wanted to reset to show you a nice graph, but now I don't have the nice graph, and I don't have sport records anymore. I mean, that's a really nice thing. You can really start the things, and it will search for the GPS, and then when it has found it, it will start and track everything, even indoor. It's possible to get the GPS. You can see that, and it starts, and you have a couple of screens here during the recording. You can even switch the screen here. So it depends a little bit on type of sport, but you can see, like, you have the pace, you have the kilometers, you have the heart rate, you have the steps, you have the calories, and you have even the altitude, and have you like the altitude difference in theory, but it never really worked also here. But you cannot go, it's not multitasking, you cannot go back. If you want to go back to the main menu, you have to stop it, and you can see the result here. After you're having the result, it's in the records here up to a lot. I mean, I've seen a lot here, maybe 10, 20 things. I don't know when they are deleted, but there are a lot. So it's a really nice thing here. It has a lot of functions. It has the relax function. You can like a breathe assistance, and then you have the alarm. And the alarm, that's also something which is really unique, and I haven't seen this with any other smartwatch till now, apart from Android Wear 2.0, that you can set an alarm on the watch itself. Usually you have to use the app, and there's nothing else. With the UmiDigi, you can set it up with the smartphone, and then you can activate or deactivate. That's the only thing. But here you cannot only activate or deactivate. You can, I can deactivate, I can activate, or I can add a new thing. I can go and add the time. That's really cool. So if you have already turned off the smartphone when you go to bed, and you think, oh yeah, I need an additional alarm in the morning, yeah, just add it here. That's absolutely fantastic. Find phone has been working, yeah. Actually, yeah, I mean, you can see there are really a lot of functions. It's just a little bit unreliable, unfortunately, but it has always been showing the right time. It has always been waking me up in the right time. Countdown has been working. So the main functions, really the most important functions, have been working good. And if I don't use the functions too much, you can see it drops really fast with the battery. So if I don't do a lot, just having it for notifications, by the way, also notifications work actually really good. If I don't use notifications, maybe the battery drops, I would say about 20-25% per day. So it should last for about 4 or 5 days. By the way, the notifications are here. What's a little bit bad also, WhatsApp is a little bit struggling, but it's doing a little bit better job than other apps. With other apps, sometimes you get, when you are using WhatsApp web, then it's showing you every 5 minutes a notification. Here it's maybe every hour or so, not too much, but there is sometimes this notification. It has two strange things. WhatsApp web is currently active, and yes, looking for something, for new information, something like that. But the cool thing here is really that you get really detailed, lot of details when you can activate notification for weather apps, so you are alerted when rain is coming or lightnings or something like that. Yeah, here's the thing, the second thing from the WhatsApp, checking for new messages. I don't care if it's checking for new messages. When it's here, just show me. When it's not here, don't show me. That's really bad. Yeah, see this here, notification, weather bug, lightning alert, current location, blah blah blah, and so on. That's really cool. And I mean, you can see there's a lot of text with a lot of smartwatches. There is just there are a couple of words here. You can display a couple of sentences. The only thing is, when you want to delete, you can't delete a single one. You can just delete everything. But the cool thing is you have this button here, so you can even go down. You can use this button to go down within the messages. You can see that here. Yeah. And then when you're at the bottom, you can delete all. That's the only function, so you cannot delete selective. That's a little bit bad, but apart from that, it's really nice. It's pretty thick. I like this. It's like a really sports watch. The charging is a little bit weird. As a charger, we have this really super outdated, old-fashioned clamp here, which you have to attach here, but usually it's working nicely. But it's a little bit weird to see something like that. I don't like that, but it is as it is. But apart from that, you can see that's really beautiful thing, and the watch band is super comfortable and really nice thing. So I'm going to show you the app a little bit. So you can see now we have a connection again, and it's syncing, so usually no problem with the communication. I didn't have more problem than normal. Like, we have the activity here in detail. You get a lot of things about day, week and months. You can swipe through the days here. Yeah, I think I had, yeah, this is what I haven't deleted. You can see you get really a lot of information through the whole day, what you have been doing. It's really absolutely nice. Also the heart rate monitor, yeah, the things in between I've deleted today, but apart from that, it has been measuring nice. By the way, it measures only maximum every 15 minutes, but at least you get the detailed results. This is very rare. Usually you don't have these things. So average monitoring, normal, yeah, okay, that's not bad. And then we have the blood pressure. I think I haven't been measuring maybe a couple of days ago, but it's a similar thing. Then sleep quality, yeah, it's same thing as with every other app. I mean, when you are awake, and not moving, the app will tell you that you had deep sleep. Yeah, it's just not working. I mean, but it has nothing to do with this app, it's with every app. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's just as good as what they can do. They cannot do more than that. You can see this. You have also the last exercise. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't have the other ones, but you can also see the details here. Yeah, it has even like the map here, you can see. I mean, of course, yeah, I haven't been moving, so it's just a little bit because I've been inside, so it was a little bit inaccurate, but you get a lot. I mean, it's insane what you get here. Exercise time and pace, and yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's really a nice app here. I think that's it here. Then the device, here's the anti-loss gesture light up here. Activate, deactivate, call notification. Yeah, usually you want that. SMS as well. All other apps, notifications are here somewhere. We are going down here. Yeah, sedentary reminder, alarms. Yeah, you can also add these things here, and it's really nice. It's a special thing here. When you move this around, you can see the clock is moving as well. I haven't seen that. That's pretty easy. That's super nice here. Heart rate monitoring, you can activate, deactivate from what time to what time. Maybe yeah, if it's not working like anything with that, like the wrist gesture or heart rate monitoring or whatever it is, you have to be careful what you set. Sometimes it just doesn't work. So maybe it's better to use something like 1 o'clock to 23, I mean that's 11 p.m, something like that, and see the interval. That's the only thing what you have. Sometimes you have to work a little bit with these things. If you have something that there are some combinations which this app or the watch doesn't like, and when you do something like I don't know, maybe 0 to 23, there are some combinations which it doesn't like, and then it doesn't do anything. It says, oh, okay, this is yeah, not intended or something like that. It's a little bit weird. You have to be really careful. Maybe it's better, yeah, to choose like from 0 to 23, something like that. So yeah, the wake up gesture, same thing. You have to be careful what you do. Don't do crazy thing. If it doesn't work, I had this at the beginning, if it doesn't work, then change the time a little bit, work with that, and it will work at the end. Smart camera, same as with every other watch. The camera will be here on the app, and then you have to shake the watch and then it will make a selfie or something like that. Notification, that's really cool here. So you have almost all the apps which you have on your phone you can activate or deactivate. I don't have a lot. I have the weather channel, WhatsApp, couple of things, but it has been working pretty good, and you can also set the time when it's working and when not. Upgrade a GPS, yeah, this can be done. Probably it will be a little bit better accuracy of the GPS firmware update. It was at the latest firmware already, but you can check every now and then. Maybe they'll fix some things. And then this notification about me, I think you can connect it to Google Fitness. I haven't checked there, but apart from that, it's really a complete thing. It's quite reliable, apart from a couple of things here which really are not working, like this graphic here, also the graphic here, this graphic here. A couple of things would be really nice if they would improve that to make this such a really nice watch. I mean, it's already a good watch. I mean, what you get for the price is amazing. It's much more than what you get with most other watches. You have also this smart time, which is can scan with the camera of your app from your smartphone, so you don't have to search for the app. But it's from the official Play Store, so you don't have to download from the website. So overall, it's one of the best watches which I have seen so far. It has so many functions, especially the really nice alarm, the countdown, and some other features. And I still love the thing with the altitude and the air pressure. That's something which is absolutely unique, and most of the time it is working. So many nice features. Also the calculator, that's something which is really rare. So yeah, from my side, I mean, I wouldn't say full recommendation, but if you want the watch with the most functions, and you don't want to deal with Android Wear 2.0, something like that, which has its own problems, and definitely not more than maybe 24 hours of battery runtime. With this you can maybe get 3, 4, 5 days if you're lucky. If you just want like such a smart fitness watch, something like that, with the most functions for the price, yeah, that's the thing to go, definitely. And we'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description, so you can check it out and order it right from there if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.